Okay, in today's class, let us learn what are the terms that we could see in database. Right? You already know that database is a vast collection of information where it contains a number of files in it. So basically, what is a file? So file is any basic unit of storage in the computer system. It can be Word file, Excel file, PDF file, isn't it? It can be any sort of file. So normally we call file will be a basic unit of storage in a computer system. The data will be stored in the form of ones and zeros inside the file. If you have multiple files together, then that can be called as database. So in a database, you will find a number of files in it. Again, if I classify a file, it may contain a number of tables. So what do you mean by table? It is a collection of data elements organized in terms of rows and columns. Sometimes table will be also referred as entities, consisting of values in rows and columns. Again, a table may be consisting of number of records. So what do you mean by record? It is a single entity in a table is called as record. Another name for record is called as tuple. We can also call it as tuples. A database contains a number of files in it. Each file contains a number of tables in it. Each table contains a number of records in it. Further, if I divide record, further if I classify record, it may be consisting of number of fields. A record may be consisting of number of fields. So what is a field? Field is a column which is identified by a distinct header is called as field. Another name for field is attribute. So as per database is concerned, each column which is identified by a distinct header will be called as either attribute or field. Again, if you consider any field, whenever you are entering a values into it, you are supposed to enter only a permissible values in it. So that will be called as domain. So now what is domain? Domain is a set of permissible values for an attribute in that column. And there is one more term in the database that is called as entity. So what is an entity? It is an object such as table. Already I mentioned, whenever you mention table, we can also refer it as entity. Whenever you mention field, which can be also referred as attribute. Whenever you mention row, that can also be mentioned as tuple. With this diagram, let us explain those terms. Okay. So here I am not considering database and files. Okay. So I'm starting from table. So this is a table. You may have number of tables one after the another. Altogether that will be called as file. Right. So let me take with the this table. So name of the table is birthdays year, whatever. Right. So this is a table. Now let us understand what is it. So it is a field. So marked in red, that will be called as field. So what is a field? Any column identified by a header or attribute will be called as field. So this is a field, this is another field, and this is another field. So whatever showed in a green altogether will be called as records. Okay, so any row in a table, this is a row, or this could be the row, or this could be the row. So any row in a table will be called as records. All right, and again here I can refer this as domain. For example, here the attribute name is ID. So what are the permissible values here? It may be starting from 1, it can be up to, for example, 1000. So 1 to 1000 will be the domain, set of permissible values. If I take the example of student ID, student roll number, so permissible value will be 220001, that is the roll number of first student, up to 220172. That could be the roll number of last student. So 220001 up to 220172, that will be called as domain. So that group of permissible values will be called as domain. So whenever you are entering the value here, that will be between any value between the first value and the last value, 220001 up to 220172. So that will be called as domains. So with this table, we have understood what is table, right? What is field, what is record, what is domain, isn't it? So a group of, I can say like this as well, a group of fields, say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 fields are there. So this is a field, it is a field, this is a field, and this is a field. So group of fields are called as record. A collection of record will be called as table. You can understood like that. A collection of table will be called as file. A collection of table will be called as database. You can understand like that. Any column will be called as, any particular column will be called as field. Collection of fields are called as record. Collection of records are called as table. Collection of tables are called as files, and collection of files will be called as database. But as per this database is concerned, it is not having any security, no redundancy control, nothing. So we have seen in the video as well what are the difficulties if you just have database. So how can you overcome that? You must have some monitoring system to that. So that will be called as database management system. So before going into database management system, or before understanding database management system, what is database management system? Let us know what are the data types that could be taken into consideration as per DBMS is concerned. Just like programming data types. So first is integer, like it can hold a whole number without fraction. Sometimes you can have fraction values as well. We'll go with single and double precision integer values, right? Suppose you are entering marks of a student, or average, you are going to calculate average of a student. So data type will be integer. Sometimes you may need to enter values in the form of logical values. So logical values in the sense true or false. Question will be, are you physically challenged person? Answer will be yes or no, true or false. Logical values you need to take into database. Characters. Normally character is a single character, maybe space, symbols, ampersand, asterisk, at the rate, such kind of symbols, or any other punctuation marks. Okay. Then strings, it could be strings as well. Sequence of characters will be called as strings. Normally you are taking a student name, address of a student, and so on. So this will be in the form of strings. Currency fields, for example, you are supposed to enter employee salary. So that will be in the form of currency field. So normally by default, it will be in the form of, it will take in the form of dollar. We can change into rupees symbol as well. Date fields, sometimes date of joining information has to be taken. So that may be in any format, maybe in the format like month, date, year, April 20, 1985, could be like that. So now let us understand what is database management system. You know what is database, right? Database is a vast collection of information, but it's of no use if nobody monitors it. Okay, now let us see how to monitor database management system, or if you have database management system, what are its uses. That nodana. Now let us see what do you mean by database management system. Normally, it will be a software that will allows creation, definition, and manipulation of database. That will allow you to create a database, define the database, and that will allow you to do certain type of manipulation onto the database, which also provides security to the database as well. Or in other terms, it can be called as it is a tool used to perform any kind of operation on database in a database. So it is a tool used to perform any kind of operation on data in a database. There are some examples for it: MySQL, Oracle, Sybase, Microsoft Access, etc. These are could be the best example for database management system, or DBMS. If I give the example of Microsoft Excel, that is just used to store the data, that will be called as database. That cannot be called as database management system, because you might not have more security onto it, or backup facility, security facility, integrity facility, controlling data redundancy facility will not be there. But as per MySQL, Oracle, Sybase, or Microsoft Access are concerned, you are having these facilities inside this. Now let us discuss what are the advantages of DBMS. If you have DBMS with your database, what are the advantages? The first advantage is centralized data management. Here, the data may be collected from different resources, maybe from different places, but all the data gathered will be stored at one place. With that, the other advantages can be taken into consideration, like you can control the data redundancy. If you have data in multiple places, there will be chance of data redundancy, or there will be chance of copy of the same data in multiple places. This will lead into an error maybe in the future. That's why if you have database management system, all the data will be placed at one place. This nature is called as centralized data management nature, which will overcome the limitations of conventional file processing system. If you do not have centralized data management, there will be no control in the data redundancy. So maybe same data replicated in most places or in different files ensures data inconsistency. That is why it has to be eliminated completely with this point. If you have database management system, it will look into that. If there is any duplication of data, that will be removed. I cannot say there will be no data redundancy. It will be controlled data redundancy. So copy of the same files will be less. And also there is one more advantage, like data sharing. If you have database management system, that will allow you to share your data among a number of users. For example, in the Google, you will search for the data. You will type some keyword in the search field, and you will click on search button. That will look into the database, wherein you will have the database management system that will allow that database can be shared to any people. Again, when sharing, you can have the protection as well inside the database. So that we are going to discuss in another point, data protection, where only certain group of people can use this information. Right. So this is regarding data sharing, and it will allow you to easily develop any application. The front end application will be developed without any difficulties. So ease of application development. So data security, as I told you, without providing all the details to the every user. So inside the database management system, they will have the policy like this particular group of data will be presented to this particular group of user. For example, in the organization there is three level of data: level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is the highest secure data, level 2 is less secured, and level 3 is having no security to the data as well. Common user can access into level 3. The employees of the organization can maybe access into level 2, or the manager of the organization or CEO of the organization can refer to the level 1. So security can be enhanced in this if you have proper DBMS. Backup and recovery, this is very important. So if you have database located at one place, right, and that has to be backup in the some other server as well, because anything could happen to particular place and your data present in that place may be lost due to natural calamities or any other reasons, right? That has to be, you have to make a backup of the data. So if you have proper DBMS, you will have the proper backup, and whenever you are required to recover that data, it is possible to recover. So backup and recovery is another advantage. Data abstraction, which describes how the data in the database is viewed by the user, right? It can be viewed in a different manner. So how it is viewed, so that will defined in data abstraction part. And there is one more thing called as data integration as well. So that is not mentioned in the advantage here. You can say data integrity, enforcing data integrity as well. So here we are giving the validity to the data as well. Suppose any if you are mentioning any field, so you have to apply the validity to that as well. Suppose you are supposed to enter marks in that field, it has to be between 1 to 100 normally, or 0 to 100, right? It cannot be 101, 102, and so on. So if you have database management, we can apply the validity or you can say restricted values onto it. So only certain restricted values can be entered onto that. Okay. So these are the different advantages of database management system.